Now, this is quite unusual for this channel. Well, maybe not. It's a Astor portable radiogram, and it's a bit damaged there, but yeah, it's curved, but it might be able to. We might be able to replace that, but I doubt it. It's yeah, fairly basic. So it's got a gram radio switch there. Got the volume control there, the on-off switch on it, and it's got the tuning there. It's got a pretty basic turntable in it, unbranded of course. It's got a weak cartridge apparently. There was a label sticking on it at some stage. I don't know where that's got to. So that's, that looks terrible, that needle. And the other side, the needle is practically non-existent. So I say needle on these machines because it's really not a good stylus. So I believe it's a valve version. We'll try and take it apart. I believe it works, but I'm not going to plug it in until I've fixed this power cord. It is pretty bad. So the negative is exposed there, and yeah, that's the earth by the looks of it. But yeah, so I'll fix that up. I don't have any plugs at the moment, which is a bit of a nuisance, and we'll plug it in and we'll see if it works at all. All right, I have a new power cord on it, and let's see how it goes. So we're on 230, and got a lot of hum.
He also battled and dealt with his homosexuality and was persecuted for it. So we're telling a queer love story as me from Swooping Swan, and at the end of the field, Open Heaven, with also Ferocious Sandy. This is a rib tickler. 17-16, a photo finish. Let's have a look at this on the slow-mo. Oh, the 8's got the nose down.
Well, it's pretty sensitive, but it's making a hell of a humming noise. And nothing from this cartridge. So I'll have to get another cartridge for it, I guess. Now the club does have some ceramic cartridges, but I'm not sure they're going to be suitable. Okay, let's turn it off. It looks like, yeah, so we've got a 6AN7, a 6AN8, a 6DX8, which I've never heard of. But see if we can get this cord free from here. Get a pencil and we'll write which way round those go. Getting them off, yep. So this is out the way. Good. Now we've got I'm not sure what type of turntable this is, but it's made in Plymouth. Right, let's have a look at this radio. And there are 4 screws, 2 on this side and there's 2 on the opposite side, and hopefully this will just slide out. So we'll have a look on the bottom. Yes, we've just got vents on the bottom. When they started making these, it was pretty much the end of the valve era for audio. These would have been relatively inexpensive. Oh, this is tight. And transistors were well and truly taking over the market. But the Japanese hadn't yet really invaded in Australia. So this is sort of the end of an era. It looks like it's got a bit damp on this side as the screw heads have got surface rust on them, and the closing clip I would think you'd call it, maybe. The latch is rusted. And we'll see if this just, yep, this feels like it's just going to come out. Right. So here's the big reveal. Now, oh, okay. This doesn't look too bad. Don't know whether you can see that or not. Just on the edge of the picture, isn't it? I can't really move this back too much. Yeah, it looks, it's on a printed circuit board, and it's got the modern caps in it. Hang on, yeah, it's got a date on it. This output transformer, 18th November 1964. So this would have been built in 1965. May not be that much I can do to this because it's got these polyester caps in it. I just want to get this around so I can see the underside of this. I wonder if we can bring it up onto here. There we go. So there's nothing underneath this board. Looks like an imported board, AWJ, whatever that is. Or actually, maybe that's the model number, AWJ. Yeah, so there's not much to this. What I'll do is I'll change this cap here, this main filter cap, whatever it is. Let me read that. Ducon. It's got a, it's 232s. We've got this wire down here. Right. Sorry about the strange angle. Yeah, it's got, don't know whether you can see that. Yeah. So it's got this main cap here, which is a double 32, and that's the earth down there. So I'm not quite sure where the two positives go. I can check that on the schematic in here if I can read it. There is a schematic pasted in the base of this, but it's sort of set right back. It's got a little tiny 4-inch roller speaker. So I'll change this, but the rest of it seems quite, in fact, very good. It's picking up Melbourne like it's next door. Got a big diode down there, germanium type. Yeah, the only thing I can think of really to change is this cap. And I might restuff this. What voltage is that? 250. Maximum of 300. Now here it is, and it is quite nice, except that some of the chrome looks like it's been painted, but I don't think it has. No, it's just gone yellow, unfortunately, and there's a bit of a crack across there. But I've been trying to get hold of one of these in reasonable condition for many years, and as you can see, this is one of the coral coloured ones, sort of a pinky orangey colour. And yeah, I've just received a set of valves for it, brand new, with a bit of luck. Thank you, Stan. And so I've put a mains cord on it. So we'll take it out of the cabinet somehow or another. I think the knobs are off it. I do have the knobs here, which is a bonus as well. There we go. Now, okay. We've got our speaker wires, we've got a lamp there, we've got a 6V4 there, and 6AN7. So we won't change the valves that are in there. I'll definitely have to clean the valve bases on these. This is really pretty. So this hasn't had a valve in it for many, many years. Yes, it's a very simple layout. You can see there's just the valve there, a valve there, a valve there, and the two cans, then another valve here, and that's about it. It's got very simple underside, very clear. The Ducon caps will need to be replaced at some stage. That's a 30 and this is a 16, I believe. Yep. So I can change this one, but I haven't got this one down here or anything close to it. So I'm going to have to do an order very soon. So let's see if it comes on. So I'll put it up like this. So we'll put the controls there and bring it up very slowly. Can't imagine there's that much wrong with it. So that's the volume control. And we've got the clock round here. So we'll have to service the clock. Okay, so it needs to go to that one to be manual. And we've got a dial light. Bring it up a bit further. We've got a radio. got a short circuit or something. We've got a stuck, very jammed tuning coil, or gang, or whatever you like to call it. Okay, we better turn this off. The clock is trying to work. Right. So, we have noise out of the radio. Okay, so I'll check out the tuning shaft. Seems to be the problem. Very much stuck in there. So I'll be back in a minute. Easy peasy with the penetrating. So this turns nicely now. It took about 30 seconds. I've also made up a 32 out of 2/16s, and we'll pop that in now. Just waiting for the soldering iron to warm up.
After a 30.6 first quarter, hasn't quickened up yet, Night Spirit. Heads to the 600 marker, has pinched a bit of a breather here mid-race, and leads by 3 metres to in second place, Bellarati. 3 metres, Mickey also finds.
So we have liftoff, which is pretty amazing. Yeah, it's pretty bassy. And this volume control is pretty dodgy, but
looking for a run. Waters run around Master Play into Jet Ends, to Star and Bohemian Break. The front claim by Shallow Pockets, Daylight, now Master Play. It's Daylight, Shallow Pockets, now Master Play. The three on the hit behind together, and now Master Play on the outside, got up and modified nose to Daylight.
And it's only at 200 volts. The next thing I'm going to do is, apart from cleaning the volume pot, I think this one we can get into. Yeah, it looks like we can get into this one without completely ripping it apart. And it's actually a Kriesler branded one too. So back when they made their own volume pots. Huh. Yes, well, I'll just replace the 4 paper caps in here, and there is nothing. So that's a 0.3, 0.02, 0.01. Can't quite. It's a 001 and a 03. They're pretty uncommon values as far as things go in this sort of radio. I mean, they're not uncommon caps, but yeah, to have that line up is pretty unusual. And oh no, there is another couple up the top there. So I'll get on to doing these. I'll start at the amplifier end first and work my way backwards. Well, it's working pretty well. I've still got 2 caps to go, 0.03 and a 0.05. Shut up. I hate horse racing with a vengeance, but that's all there is here. So we have to put up with it. Yes, so we've got 2 caps to go, 0.03 and a 0.05. I'll change the 0.03. The speaker sounds like it's come apart as usual on this sort of speaker. It's one of those yellow MSP ones made by AWA. And this one is, well, it's got the like Loctite or something like that on the bolts, so it's going to be a bit hard to get off, especially since it's mounted directly to the plastic of the front panel. I don't know whether the clock is working because I can't see it. Turn this down. No, not yet. No light in there actually. So I'll bring this up a little bit further. I think the clock is going to need a major overhaul. Yes, I have this brand new old stock clock. Hasn't been used. Yeah, so this was the box it came in. And as you can see, it's absolutely brand new. But it's got AWA on it. Up the top there's the reflections. So yes, and we don't have a shaft for it. I think that's the shaft. Yeah, so that activates it. This probably needs a good dusting out, but I do have it if I need it. Yes, brand new. Yes, so I'll change these two caps and then I'll go and have some dinner and start on this again tomorrow.
Anyway, now you can get back to your telly viewing with a clear conscience. Or can you?